Hello everyone, welcome to amELECTRICAL YouTube channel. I hope you all are good. Today we'll start a new topic, transformer construction. Every concept on this topic will be cleared, so you have to watch the video till end. This is the diagram of a single phase 2-winding transformer. As you can see here, this diagram or the transformer is basically made up of two things, the electric circuit and the magnetic circuit. Electric circuit mean here the windings, that mean the primary and the secondary winding, and the second one is the magnetic circuit, that mean the magnetic core which makes the connection between the primary winding and the secondary winding. Now we'll discuss the detail one by one of magnetic core and winding, then about the core and cell type of transformer, and at last different type of laminations we will see. Now coming to magnetic core. In this diagram you can see this is the diagram of a magnetic core which is of either square or rectangular shape. In magnetic core, the upper and the lower horizontal part are called yoke, and the left hand side and the right hand side to vertical part are called leg or limb. If we see the inner view of magnetic core, then we will find that this is one lamination. Thus, a number of laminations are stacked together to make a single magnetic core. Each lamination is 0.35 mm thick. These laminations are made up of CRGO steel. As we know, there are two types of losses in transformer. One is hysteresis loss and the other one is eddy current loss. We generally use CRGO steel to make these thin laminations because if we use CRGO steel, then permeability of the core will be increased, so more flux will be confined in this core. So as the permeability increases, the hysteresis loss will be decreased. And to reduce eddy current loss, we insulate these lamination from one another by means of varnish. That means we use a layer of varnish to separate or to insulate each laminations to reduce eddy current losses. Now we will discuss about the transformer winding. Winding is nothing but the conductor, which is made up of conducting material. Generally, copper, aluminium like conducting material are used to make a conductor. Although there are gold, silver, platinum like conducting material are present, but we use only copper, aluminium. Then why? To know this, you have to see our another video. Here we'll see these coils or conductor are wound on the limb. Limb means we have seen in the magnetic core that there are two parts, yoke and the leg or limb in magnetic core, and these conducting material made conductor or winding are generally placed on the limbs or legs, and these coils are insulated from each other by insulating paper. Now we'll see, to reduce leakage flux, it is necessary that the windings, that means primary winding and the secondary winding, should be very close to each other to have high mutual induction. What is mutual induction? To know this, you have to see our next video, transformer working. And now the question is, what is leakage flux? Leakage flux means transformer when primary winding are connected with the supply, then a current, here I1, flows through the primary winding and it generates flux which flows through the magnetic core and links the secondary winding. Okay, here the flux, suppose it generates 100 unit of flux, but our motto is to flow the 100 unit through this magnetic core, but generally the 100% does not flow through this magnetic core. Some losses are here also, and these are phi L1 and phi L2 which doesn't flow through the magnetic core. Okay, these are called leakage flux. Depending on the winding arrangement on the magnetic core, now we will see there are two type of transformer. One is core type and the other is cell type. Now we will discuss them one by one. In case of core type of transformer, the coils used here are concentric or cylindrical type. Here there are two type of winding used. One is low voltage winding and the other is high voltage winding. The half of the low voltage winding placed over one leg and the another half over the other leg. In case of high voltage winding also, half of the high voltage winding over one leg and next half over the other leg. Why this type of arrangement? Just to reduce leakage flux. If you see the inner section view of this winding, then we will find that the low voltage winding, 50% low voltage winding, which is placed over one leg, that is just placed on the magnetic core. That means if it is the magnetic core, then this is the low voltage winding. That means low voltage winding is just placed on the magnetic core, then the 50% of high voltage winding, that is wound over the low voltage winding. In the next leg also, in the same way, 50% of low voltage is placed over the magnetic core and the 50% of high voltage winding placed over the low voltage winding. This type of arrangement here used just to reduce insulation required. And this type of core type transformer is generally used for high voltage, high power transformers. In cell type of transformer, here interleaved or sandwich type or disc type winding are used. The low voltage and high voltage, the overall winding is placed over the central leg in case of cell type of transformer. And how the low voltage and high voltage winding are placed, then we have to see the intersection view of this type of transformer. This is the intersection view. Here you can see if 100 unit of low voltage winding is placed and 100 unit of high voltage winding is placed, then you will find that just in the middle low voltage winding is placed, then its both side high voltage winding is placed, and just after it again low voltage winding is placed. But here the specialty is, if the high voltage winding is 100 unit, then this one is 50% and the lower one is 50%. But in case of low voltage winding, if the central one is 50%, then the upper and lower one is 25%. That means if the middle one is 50, then upper one will be 25 and the lower one will be 25. Okay, this type of transformer are preferred for low voltage low power transformer, but in case of core type transformer it was used for high voltage and high power transformer. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any doubt regarding this topic, then drop your question in the comment section below. We will meet soon with a new interesting topic. Till then, take care, be safe, bye bye.